on? This is the You Heard Me podcast. I am Muckler's president, and these are the people on the panel. You feel me? First up, we got your favorite fiber artist. You know what I'm saying? You know, shop closed right now, but it's coming back soon. You feel me? She gonna let you know a little bit about that. Let everybody know what's going on with you.
Hey, yeah. So, yes, shop is closed. I am currently working, as you can see, on there are just numerous pieces that are going on. I'm about to start on a new one. So I will be back out late September, ready for the season. I may have a little bit of spring pieces if I feel like doing something, but for the most part, I'm prepping, doing inventory, and yeah, you could check out my YouTube's at Ray 8. I will start dropping some tutorials, some how-tos, just a little bit, not too much, but at least something you can do. That's it.
Next up, you know what I'm saying? We got one half of the Serious Work podcast, you know what I'm saying? And a brother, you know what I'm saying? You know, a brother with some things. He want to do something else. We gonna work on some stuff too. So let them know what's going on with
you. What's going on, people, man? It ain't cool. I'm just focused trying to stay consistent. You feel me? Small changes, big results. Just trying to make some things different for your life. My life this year, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to make it happen. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's pretty much it for me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like consistent and really making a life change. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is this year.
you. Okay. I dig it. Next up, you know what I'm saying? I forgot exactly what you said. What you were, peacefully Marie, but I know
I think I forgot too. I'm gonna make up a new one.
Well,
Right?
look, yes,
I
look, let them know what's going on with you.
am a rapid transformational enthusiast. Okay, I don't got no letters behind my name. I ain't go to school for this. But
That's what's up.
I'm for inspiration. I inspire everybody around me. I think we all have the power to change the energy around us.
That's a Snapple cat fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next up, you know what I'm saying? We got the person that don't care about YouTube. My man don't care about Instagram. Yo don't care about Facebook. Yo don't care about none of the social media shit. Yo just here because yo want to be here. You know what I'm saying? Elijah Durr. I don't know what's up, man.
Not much, man. You already know, all here for all peace and love, trying to get my mind right. We are bringing a new baby into this world. So,
Uh-oh.
Congrats.
you know,
Congrats.
we getting everything together and things like that. So, just all peace and love.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
you know, we like the babies. We like the babies. So, all right. And last but not least, man, my little sister. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what you got going on.
I am Styles by Coco, your personal stylist. I'm into a little bit of everything. Hair, styling, um, doing taxes and stuff, you name it.
Okay.
She like, look, if the bread there, you know what I'm saying?
One
We got
stop
it.
shop.
Nah,
Man,
that's
you know what I'm
Hey.
talking about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's what's up. And once again, as y'all can see, I got another graphic tee from killercrew.redbubble.com, man.
Nice.
Support the people that support you. You know what I'm saying? Today we're gonna be on here talking about personal growth and development. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna pretty much be the basis. We got 5 questions. We're just gonna ride through them, you know what I'm saying? So, first up, man, let's talk about overcoming self-doubt and imposter syndrome. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let's go. So, Ray, you started off.
Overcoming self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Explain imposter syndrome right quick.
Like pretty much feeling like you don't belong. You know what I'm
I heard
saying?
that when you want to be somebody else. I need to Google
Oh,
that.
so for me, I need to explain like how somebody else need to do. I
Oh,
ain't got
all right, all right, all right, all
Hold
right,
up, go get my other phone.
all right. Look,
Elijah
look, look,
because he got
look,
Elijah got to keep
look
going.
here, look
Uh,
here, look.
you know, I always make Marcus break it down for me. Shit, I don't know
Look.
what he be talking about. I'm
All
like,
right,
man,
look,
what
And
you
look,
want?
look, look, look. I got the definition. Look, I got the definition. I got the definition.
okay,
Imposter syndrome, also known as, well, whatever, is a behavioral health issue that causes people to doubt their skills, accomplishments, and intellect.
Oh,
Mhm.
I
okay,
think the
I
whole
get it.
thing goes together.
All
Okay.
All
right,
right.
so look, okay, there we go. Sheree, you have the floor.
All right, stupid.
Oh, Elijah, I got it. All right, so maybe back in my younger years, way back, right? Self-doubt, imposter syndrome. I don't now that one don't count for me. But self-doubt, yes. I ain't never I'm me always. So I don't know. The imposter, nah. But self-doubt, yes. And that's like in the beginning. Um and I could because even when I cut into Coop and we met, like he didn't have to, but he did at times encourage me when it came to my work and stuff like that. So basically, our topic from last week, your company that you keep, because sometimes they can help you see what you already see, but build the confidence to outright acknowledge it instead of keeping the light in to help you shine your light. As far as imposter syndrome, I don't have an answer for that. You should want to be yourself. That I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's it for me.
Okay, okay,
Shut up, Elijah.
okay. Cool. What you got for me, cool?
Um, Setting realistic goals for yourself and conquering, no matter how hard it is. You know what I'm saying? That was really the self-doubt. Yeah. And one thing I've learned is to just do it. You don't got to talk too much about it. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because who are you trying to impress? You trying to get rid of the self doubt of what you think for yourself, or are you trying to impress other people? So that's another question you got to ask yourself before anything. Actually, you know what I'm saying? But as an actual strategy to overcoming it, set small goals that you can conquer, and every now and then up it up, so you can really see who you are. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to the imposter syndrome, having self doubt of your skills, set little goals, conquer them, and then document it. Go back and look at what you went through to get there. So you can't really say I'm not capable. Just you figured it out before, figured out how to do it again. You know what I'm saying? It'll get rid of a lot of that. I'll land on that.
Okay, okay, okay. Peacefully Marie, you
Wow.
have the floor.
Marcus, stupid.
So, all I want to
You
say is
there?
what happened.
You there? Yeah.
Marcus,
You
stupid.
there, Peacefully Marie? Look, we're gonna skip her and come back to her. It's on you, Elijah.
Self doubt. I think self doubt is easy to get. It's something that we end up getting sometime as a child. Hard to get back. Having the wisdom and the knowledge and to know that we are able to do it, but that's something that has to come within. So erasing the self doubt, just like Coop would say, just like everybody's gonna say, Saray, it's gonna go do it, sleeping for it. At this point, we've all gotten told our worst. So at this point, the worst thing that you could tell me is no. Worst thing that you can say is you didn't make the cut. You didn't get to do it. And I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with failing at this point. It doesn't forced me to have self doubt of work for myself. And imposter, I'm never going to be around somebody I can't be myself in. So I'll remove you, or I'll remove myself from the group. I only want to be around people that are positive enough to tell me that, hey, if you want to do it, go do it, or congratulations, or anything like that. I mean, that's what we need in this world. So, to me, I land there.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Peacefully Marie, are you there?
I'm here. I had to go get my
Okay.
other battery and my other
Oh,
phone.
oh no. You good. You good. We just skipped you. You
She
have the
had a,
floor.
she had
You
a
know that external thinking.
small meltdown.
Yeah, glitches over here. So overcoming self doubt and imposter syndrome. It was kind of hard as a child, because when I was young, it was like it was hard for me to like be myself. I always had to be what I was told. So I don't know. Like as I got older, I guess I overcame it as I realized that I am me. That's all I can be, and I stopped doubting myself, especially when I seen that other people was flawed. I'm not the only one flawed. I'm not saying you are flawed and I'm not, but everybody got stuff with them. So I'm like, why am I doubting myself? Just go out there and enjoy myself and do what I do. And imposter syndrome, I can't really relate to it, but I could understand how some people could pretty much, you know, intertwine self doubt into a imposter syndrome. If you doubt yourself, of course you're gonna be more proud about, something else. So I don't know, maybe imposter syndrome is something I need to sleep on for a minute.
Okay.
But
Okay.
that's deep. Imposter syndrome. I was just right. It's deep.
Yeah, I
Okay.
couldn't register with that one either. Don't feel bad.
It's all good. It's all good. Coco, you got the floor.
So I feel like me personally, I look at everything as a spiritual thing, and I feel like doubt. If you walking with God, doubt is not of God. So I feel like a lot of times you just gotta pray your way through things, even if you doubt yourself. I feel like you should just do it anyway. That's really the only way of overcoming self doubt. Self doubt for me. Um, the imposter syndrome. Feeling like you're not supposed to be, and sometimes you just gotta take a deep look. Because if you wasn't supposed to be there, you probably wouldn't be there. You know. So I mean, I really can't relate to that either, but I just say, you know, if you wasn't supposed to be there, you wouldn't be there. I just say pray your way through anything that you're trying to, accomplish because anything that you do, you always supposed to put God first anyway. Not second, not third. You're supposed to put him first. And so I believe that, when you got confidence in God, you you develop confidence in yourself and you know who you are and you can walk in any door and you know feel like that you belong there. That's what I think.
Oh, I was about to say, my man came in like, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's up. For me, overcoming self doubt. I guess if you surrounded by people
Yeah,
that's
the mean ad libs in the background. That's
if
crazy.
you if you if you talking to if you got people around you that has that negativity, that's why it's like it's always it's a serious situation about the people that you have around you because it's like the self doubt can be within the circle. You know what I'm saying? Other people might not be able to see you do something because they don't believe they can. You know what I'm saying? As far as like imposter syndrome, I mean, I've doubted my skills at times. If I felt, you know what I'm saying? If I thought that I didn't accomplish something that I should accomplish, then yeah, I have. You know what I mean? But as time go by, once you become patient, you know what I'm saying, everything comes straight. I don't feel like an imposter. I feel like I wasn't never meant to really fit in everybody's circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't, you know what I mean? Like it just
I like how you said that.
I
That's what's up. Yeah.
I never really fit in from like young to now. Like it's just I've accepted that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be liked by a lot. I just got to make sure the people that's around me are the right people that need to be around me. That's all. You feel me?
I think
Yeah.
that whole word really throws us off
It do.
because it for so many people in this world, they're on one level. It's only a small portion of people that actually believe that they can get over and do what they want to do and be past that level and things like that. So when you want to describe something like this, it's like everybody in here is just like that ain't me because I'm not about to sit here and be around people just or be around a negative group
I got an
and
example.
be y'all negative people when that's not me. I'd
Yeah.
rather I'd rather scoot past y'all. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Yo, it is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and look down on y'all or anything like that, but that's just not me. So as far as being in certain groups that we just don't fit in, we know we to us we know we ain't supposed to be there. Not saying nothing wrong with what Coco said. If you're there to enlighten people and inspire people, that's one thing. But if we're there and not going to open our mouths to inspire them, or we feel like they not going to listen at all, then we just here. We gotta get up out of there. This ain't our group.
That's a fact. That's a
I
fact.
can I can understand the I can understand the whole concept of the what it's called the imposter syndrome. Like for an example, right? When I first started making music, right, I I always looked at music as free expression of self of who you are. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where your lyrics and shit come from. So when I started making music with other people, they would always tell me you either need to dumb down your music or don't make it as personal, right? And like I couldn't understand it, so it made me question how I wrote all enough to do this at some point, right? Because the music people I was around was always different from the music. You know what I'm saying? So, but they always wanted me to add a verse because they always told me, man, that you add a different concept or different flavor to whatever I do. And I love to write. I do hooks and all that shit. Always love to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was never really, let me say, believe that I could rap in the first place. You know what I'm saying? I was introduced to it. So the people that was introduced me to it, I always felt like they was better than me. So I got to a certain point to see that it sounded like there was some jealousy there. But the syndrome and how I took it, I couldn't see that because I never felt like I was good enough because I doubted my skills. You feel me? So I can understand what he's talking about in that particular situation. I doubted my skills. If I would have known how good I was, I would have understood that I just should have did what I was doing. It didn't matter what they said. You understand what I'm saying? So I can get that. I can get that.
Okay. Okay.
It's a learning thing for everyone in this world, to reach.
All right.
Everybody at one point in time, they felt like I'm gonna be here and I can't achieve here or have self doubt. You move past it, you go past it, you see what you're capable of.
Okay. All right. Well, we got Wiggy Wiggy in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
What's going on? Give you a proper
Well,
introduction.
Hey, how you
Yes.
doing?
Hi, Saray. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, everyone.
All right. All right.
what's going on?
All
Hey,
right.
All right, all right, all right.
you're understanding this concept more and more. Because I keep, like he said, that word imposter throwing us off. But it's really
Yeah.
not like imposter. It's more like I'm reading over here.
Nah.
Yeah. Like doubting yourself. Like
Yeah,
really
just
Yeah.
go ahead and say that again.
doubting yourself.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like
That's why.
really being emotional about it, like really, really worried about what other people think about you. like
Yeah.
putting it over how you feel about you. That's
Hmm.
deep.
Yeah,
Like you're not yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't be yourself because you lost it at some point. So it's like the imposter syndrome over
Yeah,
situations like that. And flaw, it's crazy. It's deep. I like that.
yeah. I like the fact that how we were all like we were going through it and everybody was saying what they were saying, but as it kept going, people kept adding on to it, like, oh, hold up, but then and then somebody say something and people get it, feel it a little bit more, you know what I'm
yeah, but
Yeah.
I do relate to it. You know.
saying?
I know for
Hmm.
me, I know it's me because I enjoy it. When I'm happy, oh, I know this is supposed to be me because I'm always joy, I'm always happy and shit like that. So I know if I don't rock with it, I'm upset. Yeah, this ain't for me. This ain't
Mm,
just a bad day because I'm always having a bad day when it comes to around these people or around this situation or around this job. This ain't for me.
yep.
Yeah, that's a fact. Well, since we got Wiggy Wiggy in here, we're gonna go past this topic. We're gonna come to the second one. We're gonna talk about building resilience and coping with failure. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let you have the floor first on this Wiggy Wiggy since you just got here and you missed the first topic.
Oh, thanks, Marcus. Um, um, building resilience. I think our life experience helps us build resilience. I like to see myself as a very, very resilient person. I had a very difficult childhood, which I try and see as a positive thing now because I'm a single mother and two of my children have disabilities, and that is extremely challenging. But I think that everything I went through as a child made me strong and made me resilient. I'm not really someone that gets down in the dumps about failure. I just keep going again the next day. And that's all part of what I went through as a child as well, because I had to. So, yeah.
All right. The unicorn has spoken. All right. Let's see. Let's go peacefully, Marie. What you got for me?
Dang. Okay. Well, building resilience was a process for me, but coping with failure, I'm a little bit more animated than most people. You know, it's all about what you tell yourself, how you process your failures, how you see them, how you perceive them. So, like, say for instance, you get stole on, instead of you saying I got stole from, I'd be like, man, I gave it to you, technically, because I really could have did things differently. So I might as well just say I gave it to you, but I changed my perception about losing the same way. Like, well, maybe it ain't that work that time, but if I do this, let me try something different. Or maybe it ain't for me altogether. Like, I feel like whatever we do, if we just change the way we perceive it, especially when we fail, it ain't no such thing as failure.
That's a fact. Perception is people's reality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Like,
hear that.
but
Exactly.
it's all how you view it though. That's why perception is real. Like and like failure. I remember like that fail. Like when Zoe first said the fail was like the first attempt in learning
Right.
to fail. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like you gotta understand. Like you when it's not failing if you don't know something or if it's not or if you're learning something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta give ourselves grace for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Not too
but
much grace, but I
oh
think that
yeah,
builds resilience because eventually you just won't see failure the same. You can't unsee once you can't unsee it once you start being, kind and creative for yourself. It
yeah,
is it
that's a
what it is.
that's a fact. Elijah, you got the floor.
Oh man, I hate failing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So I always hate failing. Um, so coping with that's all prayer for me. That has to be. I can't just be some. I'm just gonna think about it, or I'm just gonna tell myself like I gotta jump into prayer when it comes to failing. and then remind myself that I can exactly what was said. Like maybe I'll try a different way, maybe I'll try it a new way type of deal. But if I keep doing it, maybe it's just not for me, and I'm okay with that. But I have to get myself to be okay with maybe it's just not for me. Maybe this part is not for me, but I'm still here. So if I'm still here, I'm meant to do something. Maybe just not this, or maybe there's another way, or you know what I mean? So, but I still put my head down a bit when it comes to failing. So me me coping with it is definitely prayer. I definitely got to keep myself in prayer. I got to keep myself motivated and on a different level than where I was some years ago, some months ago, some weeks ago.
All right. Okay. Okay. Coco, you at the floor.
Well, I feel like you can't build resistance without failing because res- you can't build resilience without failing. Because although you may have failed, it's just like that don't mean that you stop. Resilience is like being able to continue to go, continue to, you know, keep moving forward, even when, things didn't go the way that you planned or something like that. So building resilience is part of failing, in a way. I feel like sometimes, like Elijah said, he can't handle failure, but well, he can't really handle failure like that. Mm, and sometimes it's like that. But, failing just give you experience, so that you know what not to do the next time, you know. And so, you know, like I said, as you fail and as you keep going, your resilience is already being built because you're continuing to go. Even it don't matter how many L's you done took, you continue to go because you know that as you continue to go, that win is somewhere around the corner, So um
So
I just feel like, you get coping with failure, just don't beat yourself up about failing. Just try again or try something new or, get a different perspective of your situation and, keep going from there. So, and
I
also, huh?
one fault. One fault. Go ahead, Coco. You got the floor. My fault.
Also, who you hang around, that plays a big part in your failing because, once you fail, you got people around you that's gonna be like, look, pick you back up. That's why you gotta have the right people around you, for stuff like that. So, yep. And definitely prayer for real, for sure.
Coco out here dropping dimes. You know what I'm
Feel me?
saying?
I know I needed this. But look, just real quick though. When I fail at something small and I know it's small, it is what it is. I took that L, I'm perfectly fine with that. It's when I know I'm striving for something bigger. That's when I can't handle it kind of deal. That's when because that's all I really do is try to strive for bigger. I'm not ever trying to strive for something small. So when I fell at something bigger, it hits. It hits. So, but
Let me
I'm
ask you a
just not
question,
the person.
Elijah. When you,
Not I'm my fault. Go ahead, man.
I'm saying when you strive for something bigger, is it something that you've done before? Is it something new, or you trying to delve into different avenues so you can be better, or what I'm saying, grow with anything you're trying to do in your life?
Every everything is different. So when it becomes like a dream job for me, it's definitely something new. When it comes to being a parent
So
again, definitely something that I'm trying to do better. So everything becomes different and I'm just So I'm just not the person when I fail, when it's something big, I'm like, well, let me just take that L. It is what it is. Like when I strive for something big and then I see a failing attempt on it, I'm like, damn, bro, let me try something else. And then it's like, damn,
So just
bro, I
like what
can't
Coco
get
said, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up in one other thing. If trust in yourself and don't work and like don't really have like any expectations, bro. This stick to the plan of what you really want to do. Because in
yeah,
an aspect, if you never really did it before, you gotta expect to fail somewhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take it as a lesson other than making it hard on yourself, like let me just try something different. No, that might be your avenue. You're still learning. Give yourself some grace.
yeah,
I agree, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying, we are hardest critics, yo. But you gotta realize, yo, sometimes it take time. It's not how long it take you to get there as long as you get there. Like they say, it's a
And
marathon, you know
and
what I'm saying?
and me just saying that, bro, I'm speaking to myself because I'm bad shit too. This is something I'm learning, so I'm just passing it on to you, bro, because I can hear that. I'm the same way, so trust me, I feel you. I'm practicing with that. So that's what I do. I don't take it and I'm doing differently. So the whole plan is my purpose is to actually do this so I can grow. So I have to understand that there's going to be some errors, there's going to be some things that's going to make me waver, but I stick to the purpose because I'm moving with the actual purpose, not to, I ain't trying to prove nothing to nobody. This is my purpose. You feel what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's different. So we got to look at it like that.
What?
All right. Saray, it's on you.
I'm just trying to. All right, yeah. Building resilience, coping with failure. Um, I
Call yourself.
me and my generation, this is not too much of another issue because we didn't get awards because we participated. Like we knew that if we practiced and we failed, or if we lost the game, or if we didn't win the contest, whatever it was, science fair, whatever it was, we knew, all right, we just got to bring our hardest the following year. So it made you work harder. So, you know, we already understood the concept of failure builds resilience. Like that was just the way of life. So I think to speak on it for now, like for the newer generation, or just because we are being severely overstimulated with a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff, is how another way also people are forgetting that or not even knowing about it because of the overstimulation of worrying about other shit other than yourself. So because you're not worried about yourself, your gift, your craft, your light, you're not putting that time and energy. Time equals currency. You know, the whole formula to build yourself, and you're focused on the news and you're focused on this and you're focused on that, yeah, you're going to be stagnant because you're not focused on yourself. And when you fail or you didn't achieve that goal, however big or small it was, you let that failure, or some allow that failure to defeat them to where they don't even want to try again. And then that's when I bring the generation in, because my generation, you fail, it's like, oh nah, you can't get away with that. We're just so rebellious, or we just got to keep doing it. The newer generation, or just if I want to take ageism out of it, the new wave of energy that's going around is people, because again, so overstimulated, they don't even have the energy to put into themselves, or to even try to fight that failure, because it's so, they feel like it's so much, which is really nothing but smoke and mirrors and fluff. But they feel like their plate is full, and it's really not, because that shit you shouldn't even be worried about. So because you're so worried about it, you're not putting time into yourself, and by the time you think about yourself, you're exhausted because you let some fluff and some bullshit distract you from you. So I hope that made sense. That's it.
Bruh,
Oh,
he said you think your plate, he said you think your plate full and it's not.
It's not full because you worried about the wrong shit.
Like there ain't
The
nothing but a
government
garnish.
need
Ain't
the
nothing but a little
government
bit of
need to
garnish
All
on there.
right,
regulate your
that's
business.
nothing but an appetizer. Oh my god,
Yeah, you feel me?
bruh.
Cool. You got the floor.
Oh man, I was just saying, like I said to you last, bro, you just gotta move with a purpose, man. You know what I'm saying? Like move through your purpose and understanding that you're gonna take some failures. Everything ain't gonna work out as you want it to work out. Don't have too many expectations of something you don't know how it's gonna go. You don't know where it's gonna take you. You know, so keep moving. That will build your resilience and coping with failures. Understanding that I would say that look at it, change your perception of how you look at things. You know, it's not a failure, it's a lesson. But depending on how you, like I said, this really depends on how you look at it. You know, some people, like I said, I like to say, me too as well. I look at failure as I hit at myself. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I had to change my mindset to look at it like, well, I had to actually look through the process of when I did fail and what happened. Like, did I fail to the aspect that nothing got done, or I got to a certain part where I didn't know what I was doing? If that's the case, I can learn that. You know, so I can fix that. So I have to actually go through the process of what happened so I can actually look at it. Is that a failure or is that a lesson learned? So now I can actually learn from that failure. And next time I come back to that, I don't have to worry about it no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you work things out like that. That's for me anyway.
What's
Hopefully
y'all,
that helps
bro?
anybody else.
How long has it been since I've been on here? What's wrong with y'all, bro?
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You
I
know what I
think about
mean?
it. If I actually did something,
You
or if
ain't
I
been here
did,
in a minute, yo. You been over
bruh,
there
no,
working
I
and
only missed
bathing.
like what? I only missed like one.
Yeah,
The
you
last
miss, you
one, I
miss
was
like two.
working,
You miss like you was.
Nah,
I
you
mean,
miss
look,
more
where
than
you? It's all
bruh.
good. Like, look. When these
Hey,
come out, it's gonna feel like you was always there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you've been over there creating life and stuff. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You doing
You
your
was a
thing,
new
but you living. You
structure.
know what I'm saying?
I
right.
needed, I needed it because I needed this conversation because so many things have been happening. My daughter started something. My oldest daughter started
Thank
something
you.
that she's never
Thank
done before. She's running track, and she is amazing at it, but she puts herself down too. So I need to know the right words and things like that, or if I'm actually guiding her the
Sweet.
right way and stuff like that. That's one. Here's another thing. I had a conversation with my lady, and we're like, all right, next year we're gonna strive for a house and things like that. And I actually did because this is just me. I'm like, I hear what you're saying because she likes to plan stuff and make it like this is how we're going to strive. By the end of it, we're going to have all this. And I'm like, how can we get to here already? Like, I just kind of want to skip that and just jump to here. And so now, yeah, no, my fault. But that's kind of like how I am, and I can't take it. But like, I love hearing y'all. I'm trying to get my mind to where y'all at. That's my problem. I'm trying to get my mind to where like I'm okay with failing and everything like that, like what y'all saying. But I have to physically force my mind to get there.
No, but
That's what I'm struggling at.
that
It's
comes
almost
I'm gonna
time.
say
like
I'm gonna say this, right?
okay,
If
go
you
ahead.
want to, right? I'm gonna be honest opinion. If you want to, get you a journal and document it, bro.
True.
When you have these particular things that go on in your mind,
Thank thank you.
write it down to see how you feeling. Later on, go back and read that, bro, and then try and look at see what your mind is telling you, and really look at your life and see is this actually possible? Like, do I like should I really be feeling like this? You know what I'm saying? Because you said you wanted a house. You understand what I'm saying? And then when she made the plan, you was like, can we really get that? Why not? You want a house, eh? You understand what I'm saying?
No,
Like that is you. You can't
yeah,
question
no,
that
for sure.
aspect of like, is it possible when you want it? You want it.
So
You see what I'm
I'm not
saying?
saying
That's all I'm saying. You do.
we all want that. We want that dream house and stuff like that. What I'm saying is, she has a plan to make money while having a little house. Like she has a whole plan. She's ready to get started and stuff like that. And I'm like, I feel you. I just want the dream house. I know it. And if we make, because she's talking about we're gonna get a little we're gonna get a little house, get collateral on that. And that's how we're gonna get to the big house or dream house, and we're gonna do certain
What you
things, and then we're
need?
gonna rent out
That's
the
smart
little
though.
house. And she like we're gonna be there for two
That's
years.
a
I'm like,
plan.
That's
I
the
know,
plan.
right? But
That's literally
I
your
know,
No,
right?
plan.
I know, right? I
no,
know,
To
right?
generate
no.
So
some
this
bread
is
out
my,
your mouth.
so this is, I know, right? So this is my lady saying that she like we gonna rent. She like we
Lord.
gonna rent out this place. I'm like, all
Listen,
right, I feel you, and I'm
listen.
gonna be here whenever you feel like you can't make it in this little house and stuff like that. I feel you. I'm just my mindset's already over here. I'm already
I
on the dream
mean,
house. You
but
know what I
everything a
mean?
process though. You gotta, you know what I'm saying?
I
You gotta go through
know.
the process.
Exactly.
That's all that come in time. Like the resilience and coping with the failure, all that everything comes in time. Like
So
it's all
that's why I want to hear y'all.
I like to
I
say
want
he
to take
already in there.
And
I want
have
to take
fun with
Yeah.
it.
y'all in.
Don't forget to have fun with it. Don't forget to make sure your
Yeah,
daughter
I
has
know.
a lot of
I,
fun running. Make it fun.
yeah,
You know,
Exactly.
that's a
laugh
for
fact.
at it.
sure.
Look, you
That's
know,
a fact, yo.
For sure.
But
It
yeah,
ain't
yo,
no
it
fun.
all.
It ain't no good thing having a dream house and you ain't have fun on the journey.
right?
Yeah, you know, I mean, but you gotta think all the struggling and all that is kind of the good thing because it's like when you work hard for something and you achieve it and you get to that point, you get to look back at all the stuff you went through and you get to say stuff like, "If I could do it
Mhm.
all over again, I'd do it all over again." You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
But,
And that
but again, I'm
appreciation will be a
trying
whole lot
to.
different after all that hard work and blood, sweat, and tears you put in that shit. You're gonna appreciate that a whole lot different, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
Think
When
about
you
it, yo.
walk in that little house, don't forget to walk through the door and be like, "Dang, look at my mansion." Yeah,
Nah,
faster.
for real.
You
Nah,
know,
for real.
Oh
it's all right
yeah,
to
yo.
play with it. Be a little man
Yeah,
of
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
I'm
yo.
trying. I'm trying to get
It's
my
steps, yo.
mind.
It's
'Cause
steps. That's an
crawl,
investment.
you crawl, then you walk, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't come out and then start walking. You don't. It was
For
it was
That's a good fallback
Yo,
property.
yeah,
I
yo.
gotta
Like
be
she
out,
got
man. We got going out tonight, so I want to say peace out real quick before I go. Peace out,
all right,
everybody.
all
Enjoy
right,
the
Later.
yo.
time. All right.
Bye.
Take it
All
easy.
right, good night.
All right. Good night.
But yeah, yo, like, look, be happy she got a plan. You want to get there, but she's
no,
telling you how to get there.
I'm
Right.
excited. Don't get
That's
me
what a
wrong. I'm
partner
definitely
for.
excited. I'm definitely excited. Like I said, I'm trying to get my mind to learning exactly how y'all say it. Like getting back up is it's an I'm gonna get back up, don't worry. But I'm gonna hold my head down while I try to get back up. That's the problem for me. There's
I
a
mean, but
lot of
see,
issues when it comes from me mentally when it comes to failing.
as long as you get back up, that's all that matters. We
For
Yeah.
go
sure.
through everything we go through, but we
I
get
hear
back up.
everybody. I hear everybody in what y'all say. Saray hit it on the nail. She said you think your plate is full, but it's not. Okay. Okay.
You take it
Or,
shit that ain't got
or
nothing to do with you.
you feel me?
Right.
Well, yeah, that was a good time. We had a good conversation on that one. Let me see here. Let's go. No, we just did that. John Trip. Boom. The importance of self care and mindfulness. Let's talk about that. Let me start with you, Coco.
Um, so I think the importance of self care, mindfulness, is important. Um, because you can't really take care of. I feel like if you're not taking care of yourself, then how can you take care of like anybody else? How can you like how can you be there? How can you show up for somebody when you can't even show up and care for yourself? You know what I'm saying? I think that uh not 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 applying self care, it causes you to lack, and before you turn around and look, it's just like that. You're kind of exhausted because you haven't poured anything into yourself. We always talking about people pouring into us, and we pouring into other people, but we barely talk about us pouring into our own selves. Sometimes you need to water yourself so that you could be able to produce and you know be bountiful for others. I think that mindfulness is important because sometimes it is sometimes you lose track of even, taking care of yourself. Sometimes you so busy and caught up into everything else and everybody else, you lose sight of, self-care. So I think that, mindfulness is important because you have to be able to be mindful and catch on and see, like, hey, I need to take a step back, you know, and do this for me, pour into myself for a little bit. I can't continue to pour into people with an empty jar, half empty jar. I need to be full. I need to be,
Thank you.
you know, up and, doing for me too. So that's how I feel about that.
Okay, 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 okay. Wiggy Wiggy, you have the floor, matey.
Well, I guess my thoughts are similar to what Coco's were. You definitely can't pour from an empty cup. And I went for probably 2, 3 years without really thinking too much about myself, and my mental health really started to decline. Um, and I think practicing mindfulness, like I listen to affirmations and different sound frequencies and stuff when I'm going to sleep, and I think that really helps a lot. Um, and then if you're not taking care of yourself, it really greatly affects your mental health. And without our mental health, we're nothing, are we?
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? She always ended with with the question like, you know I'm talking that good shit.
I
You know
agree
what
with.
I'm
I
Message
definitely
her.
agree with that, especially like when you like mom and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I've definitely had times where I just,
it's
you
so
turn
easy to
around.
do.
Yeah, you turn
Mm,
around and it's just like, dang, I haven't done this, I haven't done that.
yeah,
Sometimes it did affect my mental health because I used to be like, dang, I cannot do this for myself, or it's just like it's not that you don't want to,
just
sometimes
you're just giving so much to your little people
yeah.
all the time, and then when it comes to you, just like, oh, I'm too tired to do anything for myself
Hmm.
now.
Definitely heavy on the tire,
Yeah,
exhausted.
exactly.
Okay, all right, all right, all right. Saray, you have the floor.
The importance of self-care, mindfulness. It's super important to just think for yourself and think to take care of yourself, because if you're not around, then what what's next? So it's very important that you take care of everything instead of trying to depend on somebody else to fulfill that. I mean, it's cool to have somebody to be with you in the journey, but overall it's still is you got to love on yourself and love yourself first. And you have to be mindful of yourself. And being mindful of yourself is also setting those boundaries. That's being mindful, setting boundaries, because you care enough to know, like, nah, don't cross that line. I'm not tolerating that. This is my peace. And I wasn't going through none of this shit a month ago. So we not even going to kick off adding, a detour to my journey when it's already a bunch of obstacles at hand. So, yeah, all of that matters. To worry about yourself and stop putting other stuff and things on your plate that you can't fix, you can't do nothing about, and half the time it ain't got nothing to do with you anyway. That's
I
it.
feel, I feel that. I feel that. Peacefully Marie, you have the floor.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Self-care is super important. I think it's infectious. I think the way you care for yourself shows other people how to care for you. It's infectious because, believe it or not, if people don't envy it, they're actually going to fall in line. Like, you'll find that other people will start paying more attention to themselves. Like my sons, they just like me. They love good soap, good lotion, good. They got to get their haircuts every 2 weeks. They tend to their personal needs at all times, and I noticed that a lot of the people around me, they do the same thing. So I think I think mindfulness has a lot to do with what you tell yourself, how easy you are on yourself, and that falls into self-care as well and how you affect other people, because if you're kind to yourself, easier on yourself, other people will be easier on themselves, thus being easy on other people, you know. It really like it all falls into your whole meaning of existence. Your purpose is to spread light and love, and that is another way to do it.
Okay, okay, okay. Elijah, you had the floor.
Um, my self care is I I gotta empty my mind, you know. So I gotta take time to relax to myself. I think everything through, pray, everything like that. Because when I walk into a situation, I love to have an empty mind so I can have all thoughts on the situation. I don't want to, as everyone said, put too much on my plate and I can't handle it. You know what I mean? So I need that time to myself where I can just be in my own space, gather my own thoughts, and see what I can do better or fix situations, or if situations can be fixed or anything like that. So for me, self care is just taking time for myself and being mindful of it. Also, self care for me is actually really going like having fun for real, going bowling a little bit, or riding go karts with the fellas type deal. So it's getting some laughs in and enjoying life while we have it. We don't know what tomorrow brings. So that to me is another way I self care for myself.
Okay. Um, it's funny, like we talking about this, and like today was the first time in a long time I took a walk. Like I walk all the time, but like Elijah, I used to take those walks where I be reflecting, I come back, I sit down, I reflect. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like I need to get back in touch with that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I don't have a lot on my plate, but it's like you got to be able to get back in touch with the stuff that got you to where you are. Like I felt like I was a different, like I look at things differently when I can reflect. You know what I'm saying? And you like that's kind of mindfulness. You know what I'm saying? That's mindfulness for me. I do my best to take, you know what I'm saying, the self care. I'm always at the barbershop. I got a barbershop appointment tomorrow, like 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I stay trying to keep the, you know what I meaning. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep myself in somewhat shape, hence the walking and so forth. You know what I mean? I just, we just gotta care more about ourselves. Like we all said that we ain't gonna be no good for somebody else if we not good for ourselves. We really realize that, and even at our age, we truly understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody going to want to deal with somebody that's not going. You know what I'm saying? If you're not taking care of yourself and you need motivation, whatever, that's one thing. But if you down, it's going to be hard for a person to really want to deal with it, because we all have been down and we all know how to, how I feel to not really feel our best, and we still fought through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I just look at it like this: every day is an opportunity to be better than what yesterday was. And I had a rough week, so today is a good day. We gonna get the good days rocking and roll. You feel me? That's how I look. You know what I mean? But that's what's up. That's good talk. That's good talk. That's good talk. Next one: navigating career transitions and finding purpose. Peacefully Marie, you had the floor.
Navigating career transitions, that's easy. Whatever feels good. Just like somebody already said, if it don't feel good, I don't want to be there. Finding my purpose has a lot to do with how I feel. Whatever feels good, do it. It's supposed to come natural to you. It's supposed to be in you, not on you, you know? That's it.
Oh, all right, to the point. Now, right to the enemy. She's straight to the enemy. You heard me? You know what I'm saying? Elijah, what you got?
Bruh, she took it, bro. She took it. Um, navigating career. Um, yeah, definitely doing something that you love to do so you can actually wake up loving that you're going to go do it. Mm, the transition. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna stick with that. Definitely everything she just said. You want to love what you do. You want to love how you do it. All that is to me finding your purpose in this world is enjoying what you bring to this world. It's the way for me to finding my purpose is exactly that, loving it, knowing that no matter how hard it will be to get there, I know I would love the journey and love the ending part of it. Taking time to reflect on how far I've got, and then this is where I'm at now, brings a lot of me finding my own purpose and what I enjoy as far as me. And that's what I mean. That's really it for me. That's what gives my daughters hope. It's what gives my family hope. It's what gives all the love in the world as long as I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. That's what's up. Coco, what you got?
So navigating career transitions and finding purposes. So I do agree with Elijah and Marie. So it's like, just doing something with though it makes you feel free. But, also sometimes for its career choices, it really sometimes depends on the season that you're in. Because sometimes you might be in a career that um you don't want to be in or something like that, but that's where you're at in the moment. You know what I mean? I think that you just gotta work and push forward every single day and take it one day at a time to get to where sometimes you got to go through the hard times to get to that freedom. So just navigating in whatever season that you're in, and just being patient and everything, finding purpose. I feel like purpose is uh I feel like the closer you grow to, God, or, whatever higher power you believe in, I feel like, through prayer and everything like that. Like I said, I'm very spiritual when it comes to a lot of things, especially about purpose, definitely want it to feel good. Sometimes purpose don't feel good, but, I think that, you know, as long as you are, connected with your higher power, with God, and, um, every day you move closer and closer to your purpose. Um, you just gotta figure it out. You just gotta navigate life and figure out what that purpose is. As long as you're searching, I believe that as long as you're searching, you're gonna find that purpose in life. Um, yeah.
Okay. 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 Wiggy Wiggy, what you got for us?
Oh,
We'll go to Saray, come back to Wiggy Wiggy.
you there?
Oh, there she go. All right, there you
Sorry,
go. Now,
it
now we can hear
paused
you.
for a minute.
There we go.
um, Look, I really believe that our generalized purpose in life is to all be kind to each other and to help each other. I think that's the purpose that God has sent us all down with. You'll never change my mind about that. Um, as
Yep.
for like career paths and things like that, I think it's very important, especially for young people, to really do some soul searching and find out what they want to do, what they want to be. Because I think that a lot of times when we're young, we're set out to kind of impress our parents and make our parents happy. I know I did that. Like, I did everything my mother wanted me to do. I never sat and thought about what I actually wanted. Um, and that's something that I've already started to instill in my oldest daughter. She's only 9, but I always say to her, just do your best and do what makes you happy in life. I'm never going to be the parent that's there going, you've got to do this career or you've got to get straight A's, you've got to do all of that. No, you've got to be a good person. You've got to find your path, what makes you happy, do what makes you happy, and be a good person. That's all.
All right. Saray, what you got?
Career transitions and finding purpose. It's like Cat Williams, just keep trying shit and trying shit till it makes sense to you. That's where my mind went to, because I done did so much and I kept trying shit and trying shit and trying shit and trying shit. And here I am. And I still kept some of those certifications just in case if I have to fall back on it, I can. Like, you don't never let your certs go. Like, if you can maintain them, maintain them. That's the best piece of advice I could give, because you just never know. But you find your purpose through the journey. So you keep trying shit. Because now I know as a corrector, I won't be a correction officer no more. I would really have to be on some shit for me to go back behind them walls. But it was a journey, and I learned a lot in them 5 years. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about human being nature, male nature. I learned a lot. So I'm not mad at that journey. And then I transitioned back into the medical field. And so that had to open me up to being a people person. I'm still working on that. And, giving a damn and, catering and babying and coddling. That's something that I guess the universe feels like I need to work on. Good luck. But, it's a journey. It's a transition. And as I go through this transition, I'm figuring out a little bit more of my purpose. I love people in a sense of I hate to see them down. My heart is so big. I'm quick to, when I go to these different accounts, to the psych ward or nursing homes or doctor's office for the geriatric or stuff like that, and they're in hard times. I done had patients hug me in tears just because I got the blood, because they're cancer patient and they really needed the blood work. Like, just the little things. So it taught me how to have compassion, but my discernment is still here, because I still can sense a bullshit ass motherfucker coming through the door, and I don't give them that energy at all. I'm working on it. I really don't foresee that happening. You understand? Because if I could read your energy and know that you're really a piece of shit person, you do not deserve that energy from me. You deserve the basic plan. The basic plan is you got 5 minutes in my chair. Don't get comfortable, because I promise you're going to be up out of here. You don't deserve that extra love and encouragement and stuff that extra sauce I give on the service. No.
Discernment.
No. So,
girls and pigs.
Right. So it's basically navigating career transitions and finding purpose. You ain't gonna know your damn purpose till you can't work and navigate through life no more. When you sit down, then hindsight's gonna be 2020. You're gonna reflect, and you're gonna be on some, you know what I'm saying? Some shit you may catch early where you can each one teach one. Other shit is not gonna really hit you till you have to sit down. And you don't have to mingle out here. You know what I mean? So finding your purpose is really, for me, to sum it all up, is just really finding you and accepting you, and fuck everybody else.
Yep.
Saray, you was a CO? You was a police officer?
You can't tell?
No.
I mean,
She don't play. She failed.
When she said it, I was like, oh, I could see that shit. But she ain't never said that. She ain't never said nothing like that. I'm like,
I did 4 years. I did two and a half in Miami. I did state and work release, and then I did 2.5 up here in Georgia, state and CCA, private.
All right. Well, they go Coco.
Does that explain everything to you now, Elijah?
No, it do not. No.
Oh, okay. You still
like
confused?
A small portion. All that gave was like, okay, that's where like probably maybe a younger or like a small portion of where her like intimidating her. Yeah, bro, sit your ass down. Sit your dumb ass down. That's what I think comes from. Like a little bit of it.
Okay, I got you.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
People be stupid, so Ray don't like stupid people. That'd be the problem.
It's part of my transition. I don't think that
That's why Mark. I laugh because Mark is.
I think that one's staying. I might have to repeat life for that lesson.
Right? Yeah, no, for sure.
I
I
mean,
just learned about that part. Repeating life and shit. So Ray gonna have to do this all over again because you gotta be kind to everybody, Saray.
Shit.
Shit.
I don't reward stupidity. Like, who does that?
Y'all silly. You know what I'm saying?
I'm done.
Yeah, but as far as like the career transitions, I mean it's all like y'all say, it's a part of the journey. You feel me? Like you never really like you gotta go through stuff to really know what it is you're going to do. Like even like I feel like my purpose became my career transition. You know what I'm saying? My purpose is just like helping people and what we doing. That's one thing that's been consistent in my life. You know what I'm saying? I've always been a person that people can come to, talk to, advise, or try to help them if I can help them. That's always been a consistent. So it's like God was always putting it in my face, but I just wasn't really looking at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I just was looking at it like I was just being there for people, but maybe that is, you know what I'm saying? I found out that was my purpose, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? As far as career transitions, I mean, like right now and what I'm doing, do I feel like I'm gonna be there forever? I mean, if they pay me decent, you know what I'm saying, barring what happens here,
Thanks.
you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like I ain't going, you know what I'm saying? You gotta realize, yo, like when you find a job that doesn't interfere with what you're doing outside, you know what I'm saying? Then you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You got something. Yeah, you can definitely work with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as it's not hurting nothing that's going on right here, we solid. You know what I'm saying? I'm always be solid. I'm gonna find this time for this shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, my purpose is just I feel like what we doing right now and what I'm doing is just that is what it's always meant to be. You know, it's just I finally listened. You feel me? A nigga finally listened. That's all. So that's it for that one. I mean, look, we down to the final four, right? I can save this last one, you know what I'm saying? And we can add it on to the other joint, you know what I mean? So this one will be at like an hour and 7. And they give us a little under an hour and a half before the women's mental health joint drop on YouTube and we can just chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to get something to eat, but that's your call. If y'all extra question, then I'll stay.
I mean, because we back at it tomorrow. So it don't, you know what I'm saying? I can just add it on to tomorrow. And like I want to get more of the ladies on here so we can do that last women's mental health discussion question too. So it'll work out.
So you're dropping the ladies one on YouTube in an hour?
I'm dropping the one from last year in an hour. And yeah,
last year.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, the one from last year. Like look. Look, where you,
I don't even remember last year, mate.
Look, when I was dropping them, right? This is the reason why I'm doing it, right? I'm dropping it because when I was dropping the videos, they ain't really get views, and now I had the whole thing. So I'm putting out the whole 3 hours and 11 minutes. That's covered all. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That's tonight, and then next week is the one that y'all did because I'm finishing off. Because this is I'm finishing off Women's Mental Health Awareness Month. Like, you know what I'm saying, these are the last 2 weekends. So I'm dropping both of them. And if I can get y'all to do that question, I drop the question right after the one that y'all do next week. I'll put it where it come on right after that one.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what we were talking about last year because I certainly don't remember.
Look. Look.
I'm bloody 40 years old. I do not remember last year.
I can do you a solid, right? You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, before we go on, In the
Mm.
Discord, I play like the first 20 minutes of the women's mental health joint in the Discord.
Okay. What? Wait. What? So what time? Let me try and figure out what time this is for me.
Oh, I mean,
Tomorrow.
it's gonna be an hour. It's an hour before we go on tomorrow. I
Okay.
doing a Discord. I put up. I'll let y'all the first 20 minutes. I'll let y'all see.
Okay. We're gonna get a sneak peek.
Just
Yeah, I'll do that. You know what
All
I'm
right.
saying? But the other mean, yeah, tomorrow
Elijah, can
5
I
p.m.
tell you something? You know how
Yeah.
you were talking before about how you and your lady want to get a small house and then you're going to go to the bigger house? After I got
Yeah.
married, we bought a tiny little house. I loved that house. It was the best. A few years later, we got a huge house, 3 levels. It had a home gym, it had everything you could think of. Can I tell
Yeah.
you, I was happier in that little house. That was probably one of the happiest times of my life. So don't knock the little house.
Nah,
yeah,
for sure. I'm hoping she loves it. I hoping she loves that journey.
Mm,
Um, so much transitioning as far as how many kids we actually got to fit in this little house. It's
mm,
so much where I told her, okay, I see where you're coming from and things like that, but when you get to the moment of I can't take it here, I'll be the one to remind you because that is how it will go. I'll
mm,
remind you of the journey and things like that because we're here now and there's no turning back. So
mm,
I'll be the one to remind you because it's stuck in this little house someday. And I get it, but I get what you want to do in your process, and I'm all for it.
mm,
I'm not knocking the little house. I'm just saying like that dream house screaming Elijah. We already got the money to get the land, so
mm,
yeah, everything coming into play, and we're just like I'm just like I let's go because I'm ready to start building this house. This thing jumping. And she was like, "Well, what if our kids want to come home from college or something, and then they'll have 2 houses they can be able to come home to that's little? Or what if we can just rent out this little house and always continue to make money and things like that?" I'm like, "No, it's a good idea, but I just want my dream house. I want the
mm.
man cave stuff like that."
Sometimes
Boy,
we spend so much time chasing the stars that we don't appreciate how beautiful the sun is. Do you know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah,
Cause you could go get your little $200 something shed and put behind that little house and have you a man cave. Like I
you
Mm.
understand
get you a generator.
a
You know
stone
what I'm
path from the back of your porch, a stone
saying?
path to go to your man cave. Like stop
Yeah.
right.
playing.
But there ain't
Oh
no
yeah.
excuse, man. It's
And
the experience.
that's the getaway spot when y'all want to have adult time and you got them damn kids in the house. Y'all can sneak off to the little
Nah,
Right.
You better use your imagination and stop playing.
I know,
Yeah.
right? I know, right? I ain't there yet.
Well,
I
right.
ain't there to use the
And
imagination of
then
what
when you
I'm.
get your big house, now you got the little house and the man cave in the back, and you could turn that into like a single parent home or whatever for the big house and separate the tiny home for like a college student or something and make some bread off that shit. Like boy, all
Yeah.
right.